Permission denied. New details about the terror attack in Benghazi. The men on the ground asked for help 3 times, but it was rejected. And now the father of Tyrone Woods, one of the men killed, is speaking out.
This is all a pack of lies. And that's one thing, as a father whose son was killed, I do not appreciate lies. I do not appreciate cowardice, and I do not appreciate lies. After the facts came out that in real time, the White House, from minutes after the first bullet was fired, they denied his pleas for help. My son violated his orders in order to protect the lives of at least 30 people. He risked his life to be a hero. I wish that the leadership in the White House had that same level of moral courage and heroism that my son displayed with his life.
Joining us now is Republican Congressman from Texas, Louie Gohmert. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning, Allie. It's good to talk to you.
It's nice to talk to you, too. You can hear how emotional, of course, Charles Woods is there about the loss of his son, but he blames the White House. Now, what our Fox News reporting has unearthed this week is that these CIA operators asked for backup 3 times, but they asked the CIA. They didn't ask the Pentagon or the military. They asked the higher-ups, they say, in the CIA, and their requests were denied. Why would their requests have been denied?
Well, it doesn't fit the political scenario that the president's been painting about how we got bin Laden, Al-Qaeda's gone, it's all good now. We helped get a better leadership in Libya, better leadership in Egypt, and it doesn't fit the scenario he's been painting for this election. My gosh, it's not about an election. It's about the sanctity of this country and about saving those who we have a chance to save. And when you start finding out, as Fox News has done some wonderful digging, but you start finding out they had eyes in the sky. They knew what was happening. And all of this garbage about there was, all clouds of emails. Look, they got the message. It went directly to the White House. And it's not a question of whether they got it. Now, maybe the president was voting absent or voting to abstain or voting present. But when people are in harm's way, lives are on the line. You can't have a president that votes present. He has got to make a decision.
But Congressman, so you're suggesting that the higher-ups in the CIA chain of command made a political decision that night when their operators were saying, we need backup, we want to go in, we want to help the ambassador and the people in the consulate, that they made a political calculation at the CIA that night not to send anybody?
I am not saying that because I believe David Petraeus when he says they did not give such an order, but I do believe, based on what we have learned, that either the president or somebody standing beside the president knew and made that call. This is too big of a call for the head of intelligence. It's too big of a call for Leon Panetta at Defense. This has to come from the White House. And when you have an ambassador under attack, the equivalent is, we know, of like a 4-star general, the way things are looked at, and the president has to know. No military member, no intelligence officer could sit on that information without getting it straight to the president.
The president says that he was unaware of any requests for additional security. He was personally unaware of any requests for additional security. Do you think the president knows about that level of detail at every consulate in the world?
No, but he knows when an ambassador is under attack. I guarantee you, anybody that did not let the president know that ambassador was under attack should be fired. If the president really did not know, he needs to be gone. If he has such a pitiful administration that when an ambassador, our U.S. ambassador, is in harm's way being fired upon and we have eyes in the sky watching it in real time, we have the military capability of saving that ambassador and nothing is done. House needs to be cleaned. And I tell you what, earlier this year, Leon Panetta had a direct call to me, and he asked a favor. And let me tell you, I don't have his direct number like he had to get me, but let me just tell you, Secretary Panetta, you're an honorable man. You've served honorably. Please do not end your honorable career by covering up this terrible travesty. It's a tragedy. It's a travesty. This is no way to go out, sir. Please step forward with the facts. And back on a political note, people want to keep going back there. For heaven's sake, I'm more worried about the people in harm's way serving us and the ridiculous rules of engagement. But if you want to talk about politics, look at John F. Kennedy after the Bay of Pigs. He pulled back the air coverage after he told him it'd be there. He goes on TV, says my fault, and he goes up in the polls.
We hear your
Honesty
anger.
Always trumps everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This program is brought to you by